I had a thought about this whole concept of jury of your peers. The voir dire process is when people select juries, and I know that they are not going to want to entertain me suggesting that this person is not my peer, that person is not my peer. They're going to do what they do, steamroll. Obviously, if I'm to that point, steamroll city. They're prepared to deal with objections as to why this person is allowed in the jury pool for various reasons. And I'm just asking them in this little video, and I'm posing this idea out to the internet. What would they say if we asked, Mr. Judgy, who in this American society is not my peer according to you? According to your opinion, with all the guns in the room backing it. Who is not my peer? Now, can you imagine the problem that the judicial class is in responding to that clarification of the cause and nature of these charges and proceedings against him? If they say, well, women are not your peers, or a different ethnicity is not your peer, or religious or sexual orientation or political affiliation is not your peer, then that opens the floodgates. It's a slippery slope for them. And a whole discussion could open up as to who is not my peer. It would get Socratic real quick, and very quickly my demographic would be the jury members. Now, keep in mind, I'm saying this not mentioning the fact that the authors who wrote Jury of Your Peers were doing so because, like so many governments do the world over, species-wide, judges will come in and remove you from trials that happen among the people you grew up with, who know you and know you to be a good person, and remove you to another location where nobody knows you and you're a stranger, so they get to control the narrative easier through primarily coercion, fear, manipulation tactics, and bribery. And so the authors put in a jury of your peers in this location that this crime is to have committed in there to prevent that exact tactic. Well, now obviously everybody's a stranger. Nobody is peers. I grew up in a peer group because I grew up in Utah, where everyone was white and Mormon. Everyone knew each other. There was no crime. Everybody was on the same page. And if anybody had been accused, if the jury pool was pulled out of that neighborhood, it would definitely be their peers. But obviously we're so far from that standard these days. I'm just acknowledging the original intent and acknowledging that how radically different it is from the actual reality that we have. Everybody's a stranger to you. So when they are confronted with the cause and nature clarification of who is not my peer, they look rather silly when they either give an answer of woman, ethnic class, or whatever, or they do not give an answer, because that would be rather telling, wouldn't it? It'd be rather inconsistent logically, wouldn't it? If this person who has all the power here we are in a voir dire process to select jury of your peers, and he will not go on the record as stating what is and is not a peer. Define the word. Let's state our terms. If they're going to have a problem, they're either going to steamroll you with threats of contempt, or you can volunteer. If you have a problem defining the term or coming up with one, I would certainly like to propose one that this court can formally adopt and help and select this voir dire process so we can move on through the steamroll. I would say men are my peers, white people are my peers, straight people are my peers. Atheists are my peers because they don't believe that I'm going to burn in an eternal hell because I don't believe in their God. Okay, I have a problem with anyone who believes I'm going to burn in hell when I live a very good and honest and decent life because I don't believe in their God. That's not my peer. Okay? Anybody employed by the accuser in this case, the state of Missouri's ultimate authority, is not my peer. They're obviously going to favor the state who pays them and licenses them, right? So these would just be what I would say, and people can say, oh, it's racist, oh my gosh, whatever. If any other group like that said it about, oh, hey, black people say, black people are my peers, or Hispanic people are my peers, or, nobody has a problem with it, and I'm not going to have a problem with it. I'm not. So, and this is me making a video on Dear Missouri Jury. Just a little bit of honesty there. So it is nothing personal, it's nothing insulting, it's just that evolutionarily, DNA wiring psychologically, like, for instance, men, in a self-defense case, this is a self-defense shooting case. Men are wired for defense, women aren't. Anybody who thinks like, oh, guns are awful and we need to remove them from society, guns are bad, they're responsible for all this crime, that's not my peer. They're not psychologically capable of defending themselves, and that's an unnatural state of being for any organism in this world to exist in, to not believe in the right of self-defense. By any means necessary. When something's about to latch onto your shin and cause such injury, you may never run again. That's a problem. So, these are just my thoughts on it. So, me tipping my poker cards a little bit, like judges, why are you going to respond to someone who says, alright, if we're here for a jury of my peers, obviously the context and definition is completely different than the authors when this was originally started, so why don't you clarify your terms and give me some cause and nature of the charges and proceedings against me by defining what is a peer and what is not a peer, and who among these people is and is not a peer. Right off the bat, let's just get people out of the room among this very diverse group who are not my peers. Because if all of these people are my peers, who is not my peer? If everybody is a peer, then the word is meaningless. And I'm not entitled to a jury of my peers, I'm just entitled to a jury of human beings. And that's not what's written. So I'd like for them to address this, and if they think this is a nice little conundrum for me to put them in, a catch-22, and they don't yet fully appreciate the catch-22 of the fact that they don't have any factual evidence regarding the element of jurisdiction, and the military does, thereby legitimizing it, they haven't seen anything yet. I've got more coming. Like, you guys have no idea the different kinds of approaches like this, unique angles like this, I'm going to bring up in front of a jury. I've been doing it for 10 years with strangers. Strangers sometimes who have paid me and paid me well to do so. And the most common compliment I get is that resonates with me. I hear that word a lot. That word, like, what you're saying is, I know it's true, even though I didn't hear it presented this way before. That's true. I just know it, that's true. It just makes perfect sense, and everything about it is true, and you're still manning your opponents, and they can't come up with something logical against it, it is consistent in every way. It is reflected in actual manifest reality in every way. It is in alignment with observable reality. And what's in them does the convincing, not me. And good luck finding and implementing, like, forcing a bunch of juries in a forced kangaroo court that not a one of them is going to find reasonable doubt. For all you guys know, I have a video of the dog attack itself from a neighbor's Ring camera, and I just have sworn to secrecy and just can't ever use it. And I've just asked them, look, can you at least, before I go to jail, will you please release this? For all you guys know, that exists. And I'm just waiting for people to commit perjury, because this isn't stressing me out, and it's not draining me financially. So I've already been through the fire. I've already prepared myself to go to jail for a year. There's nothing worse you guys can do to me. So, you know what I mean? I have nothing holding me back from doing that. Well, that goes against all. You're supposed to get full discovery back. We sent you some. Yeah, wah, wah. It just makes me want to stick a binky in your mouth, man. Give me a break. Stop being such a crybaby. Everyone in this case knows that dog attacked me. There was no ball in its mouth, and your secondary witness is full of shit. Everyone knows it. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. Everyone already knows it. It's so self-evidently obvious and consistent with the facts from all angles and all documentations of all kinds over 15 months. Not one's going to find reasonable doubt. These people aren't going to put me in front of a jury, and part of me wishes they would. Like, that's on my bucket list. If life presents as such that I must endure something like this, then I would like finally to see a jury eventually. This is what, the 8th time I've been in front of charges, knowing how to challenge jurisdiction, undefeated, and I just lost count. I mean, it might be more than that. It's not less, I can tell you that. I mean, I've already got 4 here in Missouri. That's not even Texas. It's not Hawaii. So, it's not Florida. So, yeah. I'm just sitting here kind of sighing and lamenting. I wish they're not going to give it to me. I smell a dismissal coming, and even if it's not, this next judge is just going to be further convinced, and we're going to go through some more motions, and they're going to do more of trying to get AI, assistance of counsel. They're probably going to force a lawyer on the case, and this whole time it's just going to go on and on and on. And then I'm going to start going to the county council, and I'm tying both cases together, because these judges made a call, and that's ex parte communications, when one convinces the other that yes, he should be arrested for failure to appear, even though I admit he was here and did appear. I'm going to tell you evidence against him that you're going to arrest him over, and he's not going to be able to hear this phone call because he's in cuffs right now in the same room listening to your side but not mine. He doesn't hear what I'm saying against him, and so he's not able to defend himself against it, and then you immediately throw him in jail, force him into another bioscanner which produces a pornographic image of every curve of your genitalia for men and women to see right there on the screen. Okay? In order for me to get out, you have to take that, and who knows what kind of cancers or whatever, radiation's going through your body. And now I've had to do 2 in the same year, like, God only knows. Oh, we've got our studies, this is such a minor low dose, I don't trust your training, I don't trust your scientists, I don't trust any of that. If you want to give the exact measurements and an independent third party says, oh yeah, it's not a big deal, dude, then I'm like, okay, whatever. But that's not the point. The point is the pornographic image. And $500. If I did not provide both, I'd still be in that jail for that failure to appear charge when I did appear. Do you think a jury's going to like to hear this? There's no way. There's no way. I'm doing this all in one shot. There's no editing. I don't go through and have flub-ups and, oh, let me start again. Dang it. This all just comes flowing out as you've seen in your courtrooms. What do you think is going to happen in front of a jury? I'm begging you, please put me in front of one. Please. It's on my bucket list, man. Please, but I want that story to tell. I want to see the looks in their eyes and their faces. I've seen many looks from many faces in the peanut gallery behind me, because I'm constantly looking behind me at the public in my hearings. And I want to see that look from the faces of this jury with the power, more power than the judge. They can send me to jail or not. They can send a message to the government that I will take forward and cause effective change with, if given the opportunity, in spite of this judge's agenda and all of his mercenaries behind him. The totality of the cases and everything they've pulled. I have played the part very well. I've even told them I'm not here to argue against what you're doing against me, I'm simply here to record it. And because they think I'm powerless and stupid and completely incapable of defending myself, and just one of these typical people who just gets angry and then the anger fizzles out and then he gets subdued and submits finally, they're wrong, obviously. You know, when you're someone who says these words like this online, I can't even listen to any videos of my own channel because it's nothing but that. And I'm like, wow, people might get this impression I'm just this angry guy who's like, oh, court's down, boo. And that's not it at all. And I've even thought about making videos that have nothing to do with court, that are just like, here's what's awesome about crested geckos. Here's what's awesome about monitor lizards. I've just got them on the brink, so I'm caring for them every day lately. Here's what's awesome about e-bikes. Here's what's awesome about a heavy bag. Here's what's awesome about, God, I don't know. I do a lot of hiking / bird watching because these do falconry stuff. Just stuff that I'm just a normal dude. Right? Man, I could got commentary for days on current events. Right? Here's what's cool about going to a tropical paradise even on vacation. Here's what's cool about becoming a free diver in the ocean. It's not like, I don't have to do it about cool stuff I've done. Here's what it's like to fly an airplane and be a pilot. Here's what it's like to tell the military to go fuck itself. I mean, I could make some stories that are darker too. Here's what it's like to have a brother who's a sociopath and you witnessed him growing up because of a horribly abusive mother. I mean, I could make some videos that have nothing to do with court stuff. Just sort of like, yeah, I'm just another guy. I've got good, I've got bad. There's stories on it, both sides, like, interest. I'm not just somebody who's going to pay bullies my lunch money at recess in any way, shape, or form to any degree. That's the way it is, period, point blank. And when, like, a child asks me as a father, when I'm responsible for defending them, hey, did you have to pay a traffic ticket, $125 for going 60 in a 45 with no one around on a dry, sunny day, minding your own business? Why? And ultimately the answer to that is be paid. And I'm not criticizing anybody here for paying it, because I'm all about minimizing the damage. I'm not like, oh, do it my way or you're a wimp. Not at all. If the answer is anything other than, well, let me put it this way. If you have to pay him, it's either because, well, it's just the way it is, I don't have the time to defend it or pay a lawyer. It's a system, it's crooked, and minimizing the damage. It's making them go away because of this. Okay. But I can tell you that child is never going to look at you, feel the same way about you. Like, you can't protect yourself from a bully stealing your lunch money over the fact that you wore red shoes on the second Tuesday of the month. They just have silly reasons to, hey, you owe us money, and you're just paying them, Dad. My answer is no. And they think they can collect it for these reasons, and I'm resisting it for these reasons, and this is how. And the end result is no, I don't pay them. And if they came after you, I'd do the same, and you wouldn't have to pay them. And it just trickles down all the way down from there. This is foundational core stuff. You don't get to tap my shoulder and put your hand in my back pocket, pull out my wallet, take out money, put my wallet back in, tap me on the shoulder, turn me around, and pat me on the ass and say, have a good day. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. I mean, let me tell you a quick story about my another interaction I had with the Wentzville Police Department a few months ago. I think I made a video about this, but I'll make it super quick. So I'm on my bike, riding through town, because I'm on my way back from mountain biking range, and they've blocked off a bunch of area around my house and neighborhood to run this stupid 5K, whatever, for all the cops and teachers, whatever the hell it is, some government employee, we got a permit to shut down all the streets. So I'm riding my bike in this area on a road with no cars, and some cop goes, hey, you gotta get out of here. Tries to boss me out of there. Now I'm prepped to the gills with all kinds of recording equipment and stuff in my backpack, and I could have just pulled it out and made a confrontation of right there. But to me, it was just like an annoying, I've already got these 2 cases going on with Wentzville PD. I'm just going to be the most reasonable, responsible, rational person here. So I'm sorry, what? I was like, you got to get out of here. I'm like, oh, I do. Oh, okay. All right. And so I pedaled out of there, doing a jury-approved course of action. But when I got home, of course, I called the police. And I'm like, I just had this fool. I mean, I put it nicely and politely, but in essence, my message was, I just have this fool out here to try and dictate to me on a bike that I had to remove myself from this little permitted area. Because your grown adults are running on sidewalks. They can't be trusted not to be hit by cars. And so therefore you gotta shut down bicycles. There is no rule whatsoever that says a cop can force a bicycle to get the hell out under threat of, or I'll detain you and cause you a problem. So that's not going to go down right now. I want to file a formal complaint against whoever the hell that is. And after a couple of conversations, on hold, come back. Then she goes, you know what, I'm just going to send you to that officer. Here you go, let me put you on hold. She didn't say that officer. I'm going to send you the person that can handle this further beyond me, because I wasn't tolerating her excuses. So she did, and it ended up, she probably got pissed at that guy and sent me to that guy. And he's like, oh yeah, that was me, I'm sorry, da 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 da. And so I explained to him the exact nature of his mistake, and that when he orders someone to move from an area that he does not have the authority to do so, clearly, no matter what side of this you're on, that he is, in essence, backing that up with a gun on his hip. It's not appreciated, and next time it will not be tolerated. He has no idea how equipped I am in that backpack to deal with exactly that situation, that I've been doing this for 10 years. I might be the best in the country at it. And that I could have caused him a big, huge YouTube live stream problem that day, but did not, because it was such a minor issue, and because of this obvious dog attack case going on with you crooked police teaming up with the dog's owner to file bogus charges against me. So the reasonable, rational thing what happened, and you are never going to do that again. You were wrong, and I was right. That's a direct quote of what I said. And he didn't have anything, what's the word I'm looking for? Defiant to say in response. He just kind of took it. He took it. And it has to be that way. It has to be that way. On the tiniest of things, it has to be that way. I'm riding my bike in a neighborhood, just going home, minding my own fucking business. You are not going to tell me a goddamn thing. Period. Ever. And especially anything of what you gotta do right now. The fuck I do. And this is just the actions of what I consider to be a normal, average man. This is normal, average behavior. I do not envision myself some kind of superhero just because I'm doing this and then having to post it online. So, I'm just a person who doesn't want to pay bullies their lunch money. And I ask you, dear Missouri jury, what kind of man do you want on your side responsible for protecting you and your family? How do you want them wired? Do you want them to be able to deal with a traffic court judge or just a cop on the street saying you got to move you and your bike out of our little 5K run area? Or do you want someone that's just like, it's just easier to pay him, screw it. Or, I was guilty, I was speeding, I just got to pay the fine. Don't do the time if you can't. Pay the fine, or don't do the crime if you can't pay the fine or do the time. Whatever. Right? They justify it. Oh, dang it, my insurance is going to go up. Rats. What kind of man do you want in your family? If they are more than just responsible for, but bestowed with the authority and responsibility to protect you as family. Do you want someone who has a 380 in their pocket in case a crazy attacked German Shepherd type dog ignores all the screaming commands of its hysterical owner it does not consider its alpha, comes charging across the street in a beeline, vicious the entire way, looking like it's going to lunge for your throat, making all those sounds, so that he can defend you and your leg, or our child's leg, from being mauled? Do you want a man who's wired this way, or not? I feel I'm doing what human men have been doing from time immemorial, and I did it in a way that I am actually very proud of. I am not happy that yet another dog got trained in an irresponsible way. That sucks for the dog. Police kill an average of 30 dogs in this country every day. It's something like 10,000-ish a year. Year after year after year after year. Kill. Not injured, but they make a recovery. They're still in your life. They kill them. That's your family member. It's gone forever. 30 a day. 0 prosecutions. This is America 2025, man. I'm not complaining. I'm not bitching because it's no threat to me. I can obviously handle it and handle myself. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy, pointing out the insanity. This country is conquered. World War III already started. It's just a new type because we have a brand new technology. The transparency and accountability is insane, especially with AI. That it's the end of them, and they know it. The panic. AI lawyers are coming. AI judges are coming. I don't know. I'm just crazy excited to be part of it. So yeah, jury of your peers. What do you think? It's not just this that is the type of thing I would bring to a, a, a trial if you force it to that. But when I come in there with that big binder full of different separators, I am fully prepared. And you're going to have to answer, what is not my peer? And if you don't, I will. And if I will, and I get the power, it'll all be my demographic. No one employed by the state of Missouri. Nobody that's ever voted if I can help it. Because it's who counts that has the power, not who votes. Alright, I think my rant is over. I'm all ranted out. That's all I got. 26 minutes. Done.